Alright, hello friends, here comes my new video, and this time the topic I have chosen is summer internship proposal, or you can also say it as corporate internship proposal. So, when a student after second semester or probably after third trimester, in case of trimester system, goes for an internship in the corporate sector for 2 months or 3 months or probably more than that, then a student is supposed to submit a proposal. So the objective of making this particular video is to show you different reference file of my students who have made good proposal and the kind of parameters they have covered, and what factors or component they've used in each parameter. So this video probably is going to help you out in understanding of the summer internship proposal. So I'll be taking four reference file. The first one is for Miss Shweta Saraf. And first of all, when you talk about summer internship proposal, you are supposed to mention your details like name, campus, mobile number, enrollment number, and email ID. And then you are supposed to propose an internship using a proper title of the project of the research that you've chosen here. So in case of Shweta, she has chosen the title named as a study and implementation of supply chain management practices of light bite foods. So that is the project title. So it's very important when you design a project title, you should always start it with study of something. So study of probably customer relationship management strategies or product mix, study of price mix, study of promotion mix, or maybe you can talk about study of sales and marketing strategies of XYZ organization in dairy industry, in retail industry, in information technology industry, in automobile industry, in Delhi and NCR, or in Haryana, or in Ambala. So when you talk about your title, you are supposed to cover your broad element, the concept, like whether it is a product or a price or a place or a promotion or supply chain management or probably a kind of department you need to choose first of all. Then you need to also mention about your industry and the area in which you are doing your internship, and a little bit about your sample. I mean, who are the people to whom you are going to investigate. Probably you'll go to these sample, and then you'll find primary and secondary data based upon the kind of title you've chosen. So when you create a title, these components you should keep in your mind. So first of all, it is a department or a sample plus industry you have chosen plus the area in which you will be doing your internship, or maybe the organization name also you can mention. Then comes your description of internship in brief. So description parameter covers the company profile and the roles and responsibilities given to the intern by the organization. So this is what you're supposed to cover here. So you can read from my this particular page, followed by the sub objectives. So the primary objective I've already shown you, that is the internship proposed. Herein, you are also supposed to create 3 or 4 objectives. 3 is fine because it's a 2 to 3 months job. So probably, the first sub-objective should always be to examine the current status of the industry, probably, or the department, or the kind of practices you are going to research about. Second objective could be, anything to examine given by the organization. Here in this case it is to examine the impact of robotics and automation in supply chain. And the last objective most of the time is to provide necessary recommendations regarding the topic that you have chosen to the organization for their growth. So, three sub objectives are always enough. However, you are free to take more sub objectives depending upon your company guide and organization requirements. Then comes your research methodology. When you talk about your research design here, it may be an exploratory research design or a descriptive research design or probably an experimental research design. So you're supposed to mention about your research design and the research instrument you will be using to collect the data, whether it is a primary data or a secondary data, and the kind of softwares you're going to use to analyze your data. Maybe it is through Excel or through SPSS or through SAP, or could be a combination of these three, you know. Like here in this case, the intern has mentioned about the Excel and SAP and Adobe, and SPSS is not mentioned here, but of course SPS is also a very good software for analyzing your research project or a company project. In schedule section, you need to mention about your weekly activities, or maybe monthly activities. What are you going to do in the month of February? Because in our case it starts in the month of February and goes till May. So that is how, so intern has spoken about the schedule for February month and March month and April month and May month, half of the May month. So that is how, you need to mention about your schedule here. And then comes your limitations of the study. When you talk about the limitation, the limitation could be from your sample size, limitation could be the kind of title you've chosen, it could be from the industry you've chosen, it could be the area that you've chosen, so the limitation should be from your topic always, or title always. In fact, it should not be, time was less and company resources was limited, or the budget was limited. That should not be your limitation. So you need to find out the limitation from your topic or title. Rather, in case project, we usually mention the term called title. So find out the limitations from these domains most of the time. And then at last you need to mention about your faculty guide name and company guide name. So that is how, followed by your signature. That is another sample for Rupakshi. Again, internship proposed. It is for your reference only. You can read from here directly. Description of internship in brief. You need to talk about the organization profile and the roles and responsibilities given to you, as you can read from this particular page. Then objectives of the internship, 2, 3, 4 sub objectives. Research methodology, as I have already spoken about this, whether exploratory, descriptive, experimental, kind of research instrument to collect primary and secondary data, and the kind of software you're going to use to analyze your results. Then schedule section, and then limitation section. Then comes another for Anmol. Anmol was one of my gold medalists, so that's the reason I've chosen his internship here. Again, you can read the internship title and description of internship in brief, and objectives, research methodology, and schedule, followed by the limitation. So that is another now coming another SIP proposal. Again, one of my gold medalists named Gurleen Kaur. She did her internship in Jindal Stainless Limited, and again you can go through with the proposal and the project title, description of SIP in brief, in which she is mentioned about the Jindal Stainless and the kind of roles and responsibilities given to her, using numbers, task assigned to her, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 9 10 tasks. So you can read from here. You can use the pause button through YouTube. Objectives, again she's chosen 3 sub objectives, and then she's talking about the research methodology, how she's going to collect primary data, how she's going to collect secondary data, what kind of software she's going to use, and the schedule and limitations of the study. So as mentioned to you earlier as well. So I hope now you've got an idea about how to make SIP proposal, and what all parameters you're supposed to cover when you make SIP proposal for an organization. So with this, I would like to end this particular video, and I thank you all for watching this, and request you to kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel to have more number of videos on sales and marketing domain. So with this, I'd like to end this video. Thanks a ton.